I've never seen Gong Yu in a role like this, dude. Holy
Wow.
crap. Hello, watchers. Welcome to Watching Whatever. I'm Nathan. Joining me here is Danny and one of his dogs, Dodger. And today I am very excited. We are here with Squid Game Season 2, Episode 1. This was obviously an incredibly popular show worldwide, right? It showed some of the Korean culture and stuff, but it also went into a very crazy story about the difference in like economic social class, right? You have the rich and you have the poor who are struggling, and the rich who are basically playing games with these people's lives. Um, but what I really enjoyed about the movie was just the craziness of it all, right? The type of games that they were playing and how they had to basically betray one another and all of that. So I don't want to keep this too long. I want to get it started, but just a quick recap at the end of the last episode of season 1. Gi Hun, our main character, he had finally started using his money that he had won from the Squid Game, and he was about to get on the plane to go see his daughter, but he decides to make a phone call on the card that he had taken off that other guy that he saw on the subway. And Byung Hyun, who is the actor who was a front man in season 1, you hear his voice telling him to just get on the plane and go see his daughter. And that's when Gi Hun, he turns around and he basically he makes a decision that he's going to go after these people now. Okay. Anything you want to say here before we start?
I was thinking about the unanswered kind of questions or like the cliffhangers. One was whether the Lee Byung-hun's brother was alive or dead. I think based on the trailer, we know he's alive.
Yeah, we saw him in the
I
trailer.
was right, and I was thinking, I wonder if they'll explain why he like dyed his hair. I remember thinking like, what the heck? What's up with his hair?
I think it
Yeah,
was
and then
it just showed him at the salon. And he looked at a picture on the wall and had someone with like that reddish hair, and he
oh,
just picked
okay,
at it. He just pointed to
I
that
see.
one.
I don't remember that. Yeah, but right. So it's just random. I was wondering like if the red was like symbolic for something. Also, we've probably talked about this when we watched the trailer, but it'll be interesting to see like what kind of games they do.
Hmm.
And if it's I think we mentioned before like the Hunger Games, like the second book and maybe the second movie. For me, it felt kind of redundant because they had escaped the Hunger Games or survived the Hunger Games, and they got to go right back in, right? And so I'm wondering how they're going to kind of get around or um, put him back in the games and make it so that it's not too contrived, like
Hmm.
contrived. Yeah, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, we saw in the trailer that they still had that red light, green light game, except they
Right,
made
right, with the
an
twist.
alter with a twist.
Yeah,
So I'm thinking either they're gonna have new games or they're gonna have some of the older games with the twist, right?
right.
Um, so, and one of the ones we talked about and we briefly mentioned was if they did that Taigona game again, the one with the the sugar cookie,
Right.
but rather than simple what's it called, simple shapes, they have like really intricate shapes in it, right?
Right.
So that would be
Right.
fun. But
Yeah.
yeah, I've basically managed to avoid any kind of. I've only seen that one trailer. I haven't seen anything else. Anything that even says Squid Game, I would just go past it, or like go to the next page, so as to
Uh-huh.
avoid all of that. So
Me too.
yeah, so I want to get everything just as fresh as possible. So before we start here, I'd like to remind everybody who is watching us uh, on YouTube, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Leave us your comments. I want to know what your thoughts are with the show and how they're gonna go about it, and what your thoughts are too as far as the games. Do you think it's gonna feel contrived, or what is and how does Gi Hun do this? What is his well, we know his main goal, but how does he go about it? And my question is, why would they let him back in? Right?
Right.
That's the
Yeah.
other question too. So
Right.
in if you want to check us out on Patreon with our full reaction and commentary, you can go to patreon.com/watching whatever. And our Patreon subscribers, we thank you for being here with us and watching along with us. Please leave us your comments on there too. I'd love to hear from all of you and get your thoughts about the show and everything that's happening. So, with that said, we're going to start Squid Game Season 2, Episode 1, Bread and Lottery. So it starts right off from the end of
어딜 그렇게 가는 거지?
the last season.
쥐새끼처럼 숨어서 떠들지 말고 내 앞으로 나와.
네 선택을 후회하게 될 거야.
널 찾아낼 거야. 무슨 수를 써서라도.
Like, what is his plan or his idea? Like,
that's the thing. Like, what can you do as a lone person against this organization of unbelievably rich people, right? Powerful people, worldwide.
Yeah. And they're obviously like a violent like cabal of like, you know, like crazy rich people.
Yeah.
Like
but
insane.
Maybe for now his immediate goal is just against the front man.
Okay.
He's gonna cut his hair.
Oh, he's looking to see if he's got any like
trackers.
All right.
Oh.
Woo.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I guess I would do that too, but dang.
Man.
미안한데 5분만 있다 와줄래?
A naked grown man in the bathroom, bloodied.
Survived.
Here he is. She looked kind of like the other guy's mom, the friend.
Oh yeah.
The fish. She had the fish market. I don't know. Asians all look alike.
So they show us the two good guys.
Yep. Bread and lottery. Oh wow. So he never went to see his daughter during that time?
안전모험 미착용입니다. 운전면허증 제시해 주세요.
아저씨, 한번 봐주면 안 돼요? 저 썼잖아요. 와, 너무 잘생기셨어요. 잘 나왔어.
안전모 미착용 범칙금 2만 원입니다. 기한에 납부하세요.
That's it? 20,000?
It's only $20.
Less than that. That's 14.
야, 너 그 짭새 새끼랑 경찰차 타고 와.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, right now the exchange rate is for every 1,000 won, it's about 70 cents. So it's less than $1 for 1,000 won.
엄마 짭새 소리나 들으려고 여기로 보내달라고 했냐?
밖으로 그만 들어오고 강력계로 다시 돌아와.
위에다 얘기도 할 만큼 해봤고. 근데 네가 보냈다는 사진 파일은 하나도 안 왔고 네 핸드폰은 바다에 떨어졌고 증거라고 해봐야 네 어깨에 박혔던 거 추적도 안 되는 총알 뿐인데 그걸 되겠냐?
It'd be a hard story to believe.
도망가는 물로 불길을 잡고 경찰은
증거로 범인을 잡는다. 그래서 제가 교통하잖아요 지금.
너 정말 기억이 안 나냐? 널 쏜 놈이 누군지?
So is he really kind of disenfranchised with everything, or is it like something he's doing to maybe get them off his, you know, he's thinking maybe they're surveilling him and he's going to do something later? It seems too unlike him to just kind of get upset and decide to just work traffic.
형.
So he didn't identify his shooter as his brother.
뭐야? 형님.
여기 꼭 가야 돼?
Looking for a love motel?
간판에 불 꺼지면 만실이야. 딴 데 가자.
누가 그런 걸 어떻게 알아?
아주 그냥 모텔 전문가시네? 어?
뭐래? 언제나 아는 게 많아서 좋다더니.
So a lot of Koreans go to love motels because a lot of them still live with family. So they can't just bring their girlfriend or boyfriend over to their house. Why does this remind me of a Old Boy?
Yeah, even the beginning, the way he was like talking, like it reminded me of Old Boy.
Who is in there? Like how? It's locked. There was cameras everywhere.
누구야?
Is that a real gun or is that a no? That looks like a real gun. No way. How? Dude, they're better than like the CIA and the NSA. It's gotta be in his head.
Yeah.
이걸 찾고 있나?
It's gotta be a dream. Wasn't that his friend at the beginning, the one who went to the racetrack with?
I can't remember.
Yeah, the one who had the restaurant and his wife was like berating them.
All right.
I think that's him.
그럼 찾기 전에 성사정이 먼저 쓰러지겠어.
어떻게 됐습니까?
No, that's not his friend. He's talking too formally.
아침 10시부터 밤 10시까지 점심 1시간, 저녁 1시간 빼고 밥도 교대로 먹고 있어.
Oh, they're like private eyes.
Is he the gangster from the beginning?
줬는데 그림자도 안 보이잖아.
내일부터 사람 늘려서 아침 첫차 시간부터 막차 시간까지 수색하세요.
He sounds like the gangster. Remember the one that made him sign the contract at the racetrack?
All right.
The debt collector?
제가 그 명함을 받은 게 3년 전 이 무렵이었습니다. 참가자를 모으고 있을 겁니다.
He's looking for Kong Yu, huh?
He's got the guy he met.
내일부터 애들 다 불러.
에? 이게 아무리 생각을 해봐도 상식적으로 말이 안 되는 게.
아니야. 요 몇 년 사이에 내 돈 고간 놈들 거의 다 흔적도 없이 사라진 거. 돈을 주잖아 돈을.
So yeah, he is the debt collector.
그 딱지 치는 새끼만 찾기만 하면 성공 보수로 10억을 더 준단다.
10억?
700 grand.
무조건 반 준다. 오케이?
우와! 그럼 자러 가야지.
That's the one motivation everyone has.
Yeah, that's the motivation. Hey, that dude's famous, right? They do with the gold necklace.
Yeah, he's a pretty well-known actor.
Wonder what his part's gonna be in here. You think he'll get dragged into the games with them?
I'm gonna say no.
He must die then. He's gonna die somehow. Because
Or he
why
just
would they
plays a small
cast like
bit.
just because he wanted to be in the show or something?
Maybe, or you know.
잘 지내셨어요?
뭐 늘 그렇지 뭐.
Oh, this guy too. 오달수.
Oh yeah, this dude famous. They got everybody, huh?
Yeah, it's a big enough show, right?
I mean, they got Lee Byung-hun, man, and
Yeah.
Lee Jung-jae for the first season.
So he's still looking for the island.
제가 다시 출해 왔어요.
아휴, 내가 왜 이 물에 빠진 놈을 건져가지고.
So okay, he's the one who found him.
지금부터 우리가 찾아야 될 사람은 바로 이 사람입니다. 지하철역에서 지나다니는 사람들 붙잡고 이 딱지를 딱 치는데 치고 나면은
첫 차부터 막차까지 절대 슬쩍 건너뛰어서는 안 됩니다. 그놈을 찾는 팀에게는 우와!
Man, you should like quit tutoring and try to find one of these groups, man.
Yeah, I don't think there are any loan sharks out there paying that kind of money.
저도 이제 대기 장소로 이동하겠습니다. 계속 연락 주세요.
It's not a bad idea buying like a rundown love motel as your hideout.
혹시 이렇게 하고 다니는 사람 못 봤어요? 키 좀 크고.
그래서 이게 딱 넘어갔단 말이야. 그럼 제가 진 거잖아요. 그럼 이긴 사람이 나는 딱.
실례합니다. 어떻게 됐어? 이제 귀향하겠습니다.
Dude, that can't be easy. I mean, when we went to Tongyang, how many islands were there? Like 2,000? Just in that area?
Thousands. Where else could you like recruit people if it's not in subway stations?
Bus stations, out on the street. It must have been because in the first episode when they were showing the video of all the people, some of them were outside, it looked like.
Right.
내가 어쩌다가 그때 거기서 황 형사를 건져내가지고 돈도 안 되는 이 짓을 목숨 걸고 하고 있을까?
항상 감사하게 생각하고 있어요.
He's not even paying him?
할 만큼 했잖아요. 제 목숨 구해주신 것도 그렇고 지금까지 그 섬 찾는 거 도와주신 것도 제가 어떻게 해서든 그 은행 꼭 갚을게요.
갑자기 또 안 온다니까 섭섭해지려 그러네.
Do you think they find Kong Yu?
I think they will. I think they're gonna see someone playing the game.
우리가 지금까지 지하철을 2년을 뒤졌다고. 우리 와이프가 저한테 그 새끼 꼭 잡아내서 게임에 참가를 하래요. 그러니까 진지게
Right here. Run! 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 What are you standing there for?
They're in shock.
확실합니까?
딱지 치고 뺨 때리고 돈 주고 성사장 말 그대로.
제가 갈 때까지 절대로 놓치시면 안 됩니다.
Oh, this guy.
Who is he?
He's an idol.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What was it? Shiwon? I think that was his name. I can't remember his name exactly. He's done some acting too. Oh.
Pregnant girlfriend?
Uh-huh. She got one too.
Dang.
김준희 씨 안 계세요?
Going after that money.
Going into the games pregnant? Man, that's pretty crazy.
전부 다요?
Why is he buying so much?
100장이요?
It's interesting. We actually get to see more of him now.
Alright.
Especially being such a big actor, having such a small role.
That was cool. I thought that was like pretty dope that he would do that, you know?
Yeah. It's always nice when actors will do something like that. Hey, fellow watchers, don't forget to like and subscribe and check us out on our Patreon. Links are in the description below. And now back to our program.
선생님?
You think maybe this is where they recruit the masked people?
Oh, maybe.
Which one do you want?
선물은 하나. 빵과 복권.
So here's our title, Bread and Lottery.
Alright.
He's gonna pick the money.
What do you think most people would do?
The money. But that also tells you that this is probably someone they can hire to do that kind of job, right?
Right.
Who's willing to do stuff for money. Gwang.
왕이시네요.
If that's not where they find these guys, then it doesn't make sense what he's doing right now.
좋은 놈 같기도 하고 좀 헷갈리는데.
It would make sense, though, to explain where those workers are from.
Right.
Or is that how he selects them when they pick the bread?
Who would you choose? The smarter people, right? The people
The
who
smarter,
choose
the people who want to live, who want food.
아씨 나 어제 똥꿈 꿨는데.
What, he said he had a 똥꿈. He had a poop dream, which is in Korean superstition. If you dream about poop, it means you have
It's
money
good luck.
coming your way.
이 아까운 거 왜 버려요?
저는 선생님께 기회를 드렸고 선생님은 선택을 했습니다.
이 빵을 버린 건 제가 아니라
선생님들입니다.
Looks like a maniac.
Yeah.
And to do that in summer in that suit, I'd be just dripping sweat. Is that our cop? Sounds like him. Are they gonna realize who each
man.
other are?
It's gonna feel too. Oh, it's not him.
No, that's him.
Oh, it is. Oh, it's gonna be too contrived, man.
But they did run into each other in the first season.
That's true. It's like fate or something.
So, was that whole thing just to like teach people a lesson?
성사장 지금 어디야? 오고 있어?
곧 가겠습니다.
속도 위반 범칙금 6만 원입니다. 제달
Cops get
In
punked a lot in
Korea,
Korea.
there's a lack of respect towards the police.
You'll see a lot of people, well, not a lot, but you'll see some people fighting back against the police because they don't carry guns. I know my friend who actually saw the name. He recognizes the name from when you first met him.
형님 저 새끼 내려요.
지금 내렸어. 여기 위치 보낼 테니까 도착하면 연락해.
But I was saying my story is my friend when he came to Korea many years ago, he said they're outside a club, people are fighting, and the police just kind of stood around watching. After whoever got beat up, then they finally walked in, broke it up, and picked up the guy and took him both to the car.
자식 결혼했다고 몸살이냐?
아니 그런 거 아닌데 저 새끼 느낌이 좀 쎄하잖아요.
유소아 10억이야 10억.
Not a bright idea.
맞죠?
야, 너 나 못 믿어. 내가 너 결혼식 주례까지 썼는데.
Shade your way. I don't know, man. Big actor in a part like this. I don't know, man.
야, 이 새끼야!
Yep.
들어와! 이 씨발!
Oh, dude, I was gonna say one time my wife was going to a supermarket and she saw some person arguing with a cop over a ticket. When she finished grocery shopping, she came out and they're still arguing.
Yep. What if they do get dragged off to the island?
Right. So then they're gonna be competing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that would make the most sense.
이거 법인에서 렌트한 거로 나오는데요. 햇빛 캐피탈이라고 되어 있네요.
Dog bone.
I said it was a bad idea.
이제부터 게임을 하겠습니다.
Oh no.
하위, 허위보 하나 빼기입니다. 아마 영화에서 보신 적이 있으실 겁니다. 러시안 룰렛이라고. 죽을 확률이 6분의 1.
Dude.
There's no way there's a real bullet in there. He wouldn't do that to himself, right?
I mean, who knows with this guy?
그럼 제가 신호를 드리겠습니다. 거기에 맞춰서 내주세요.
I feel like though with him it would be a fake, right? Just to freak them out.
Right.
바이보? 아무것도 안 내셨네요. 실격입니다.
Oof. Oh my gosh.
Oh, there was a bullet in there. That fool crazy. He put it
No,
in
he put one, but is it a fake? You know what?
right.
At this point, I don't think it's a fake. I think it's a real bullet. I think he's that crazy enough to do something like that.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Is it a fake bullet? What are you gonna say? Fake bullet or real
I
bullet?
say it's real.
Okay, I'll go with fake.
I just can't believe he pulled it on himself, man. Oh my.
좀 지루한 감이 없지 않아 있네요.
You gonna put
Two
another
more,
one?
one more bullet.
Three?
Oh.
죽을 확률은 6분의 5.
This is intense.
Dude, wow. This is really intense.
하나 빼기! 가위바위보! 하나 빼기! 가위바위보! 하나 빼기! 가위바위보!
One guy did, yeah. So there's no way they could tie.
Right. So the boss has to choose. Why would you do that?
Yeah. Like, do you win or do you lose?
He just got nervous and.
Oh my gosh, man. Is it real? Is it really gonna do it?
하나를 못 빼셨네요.
He couldn't choose.
Disqualified. No, it's gotta be fake. It's gotta be fake.
He's gonna survive. He's gonna get lucky.
Oh, no. It was. So he was crazy enough to do that to himself. Oh my gosh.
승리를 축하드립니다. 그럼 이제 저랑 얘기 좀 하시겠습니까?
He's gonna go into the games.
Dude, that was intense.
That was pretty intense. I mean, we've seen Russian roulette played so many times in movies and shows and stuff, but yeah, they put that twist by switching the odds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And making us wonder, is it actually real or not?
Right.
How funny would it be if the writer put it where when Gong Yu puts a gun to his own head, it actually fires and kills him? The Sunshine Capital, that's got to be the loan shark business.
They're using the bar as a drying rack. I've done that before
Yeah.
too. Decades ago.
Yep, that's your clothesline.
That looks more like him than it does Gong Yu.
하여튼 지금 바로 대방역 앞으로 애들 집합시켜. 난 사무실에서 무기 좀 챙겨서 갈 테니까.
Pink Motel, there we go.
주변 CCTV랑 차량 블랙박스 가능한 거 다 뒤져보고.
Oh, the lights on.
오랜만입니다, 성균 씨. 그날 비행기를 타셨으면 좋았을 텐데요.
감사 인사를 하려고.
He still got the blood on his face.
우승을 하고 큰 돈까지 벌어서 나왔으니까 인사를 하는 게 사람의 도리겠지. 너 같은 하수인 나부랭이랑 할 얘기가 아니야. 난 네가 어떻게 그놈들이 개가 됐는지 관심 없어.
Damn. Trying to push his buttons.
어릴 때부터 게임장에서 성균 씨 같은 사람들의 시체를 수도 없이 치우고 태웠죠.
So he was one of those workers.
이 세상에서 아무짝에 쓸모없는 쓰레기다. 그런데 어느 해였더라. 게임에서 탈락한 놈을 쏘려고 하는데 이게 얼굴이 낯이 익은 거예요. 우리 아빠.
Had to be dad or
Yeah.
brother.
I was gonna say one of those two.
우리 아빠가 막 살려달라고 눈물을 흘리면서 날 간절하게 쳐다보는데
And he felt nothing.
딱 한 방울 쐈어요. 이마 한가운데. 이 일이 내 적성에 잘 맞는구나.
네가 그 안에서 총질을 하든 밖에서 야바이 짓을 하든 달라지는 건 없어.
Still a dog.
그때도
Is Gong Yu gonna make it out of this? Yeah.
저랑 게임 한번 하시죠. 탄창을 돌리는 쏩니다. 그리고 다음에 쏠 때는 탄창을 다시 돌리죠. 6분의 1로 확률을 리셋하는 겁니다. 하지만 전 좀 더 진지하게 해보고 싶어요. 다시 탄창을 돌리지 말고 한 발씩 번갈아서 쏘는 거예요.
Wow, he's crazy too.
He's just crazy.
But I guess it's just. Oh, they're not even revolving it. Wow. Oh, crap. There's only 3 shots left. 1 in 3. I've never seen Gong Yu in a role like this, dude. Holy crap.
I don't know, man. If I have that gun with a 50-50 chance, I'm pointing at the other dude.
But then it goes click. Now what do you, well, then you pull it again.
Yeah, just pull it again.
이제 성균 씨가 죽을 확률은 2분의 1.
Exactly what we just said.
Yeah.
연상을 날릴 수 있어.
But then he loses everything that he worked for.
그분을 만날 수 있는 방법이 제 주머니에 있습니다. 다만 이거 하나만 인정하시면 됩니다.
Live with it?
Yeah, you piece of trash. Yeah. Right, that was the one thing with Gi Hun, right? That he's not like that.
Just shoot him, dude.
I'd be like, you're right.
Shoot him.
It really goes to the last bullet. Oh my gosh.
Damn.
Now as Gi Hun, you have to be thinking, is he going to turn that gun on me?
All right.
So I'd be like, all right, now I'm going to pull it for you. No.
Does he have honor?
생각이 많아졌나? 날 죽일 수 있어. 다만 이거 하나만 인정해. 넌 그저 가면을 뒤집어 쓰고 주인님이
But I'm a dog.
꼬리나 흔드는 개새끼라는 걸.
Wow.
I knew he was gonna do that. Oh my gosh!
Wow, that's pretty good, man.
Wow.
So do you think I have a couple questions?
Okay.
Wow.
Go ahead.
You know when Kongyu was at the park and playing that game with us, do you think that was just like that was off the books? Like that's just like at that point he's already lost it, you know? So he's just doing that for his own kind of like
Sadistic
whatever,
pleasure.
you know? Yeah, you know?
Yeah, I
like
think so.
just to reaffirm what he already believes in people, you know? And then he stepping on that food and all that, like that seemed very out of character for him. I think it's because he'd lost it, and that's what makes me believe that, you know, like he would pull the trigger because maybe he already realizes himself what or he had already realized a long time ago what Lee Jung-jae was saying is that he's just a dog for his masters, you know? And that's why he was like multiple times he was willing to freaking pull the trigger on, even unprovoked, right?
Yeah.
Oh
So,
man.
yeah, like I said, initially I
He's
thought
suicidal.
that was the way. Again, we can't say that word.
Sorry.
Again, that's the way that I thought he was doing that to pick like the characters for
Right.
the, you know, the
Yeah,
crew.
that makes the most sense.
That
Yeah,
would, you know, but
I
then it
was
was
like,
just,
wow, that's
just completely random. He just did it, and you're right. I think it was just for him to keep proving to himself that people are greedy,
right.
and also the sadistic pleasure of showing them, hey, you chose the wrong thing. Now you're stepping on the bread to see that look on their faces of just utter
Right.
shock and horror,
Right.
So yeah, wow, I did not see initially. I did not see it coming this way.
Right.
I thought the cop was gonna step in and they're gonna like
right.
capture him and question him, but no. He
Right.
just, wow.
Yeah, so it's actually showing us another another level in the whole like kind of separation of the classes or whatever, right? So even Kongyu is just, you know, I mean, he's a bad guy, but you know, like Lee Jung-jae is saying, he's just a pawn or a dog for his masters as well, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I think that's really interesting because, you know, I mean, if you're gonna look at certain things like I feel like, you know, in the stratification, the people on top want the people in the middle to hate each other and fight with each other. Otherwise, they're going to join forces and rise up and overthrow. You're outnumbered, right?
Yeah,
like the 1% can't. Yeah,
that's
so
what happened with the French Revolution, right? It was the masses that actually took over, but
right,
if you can keep the fear,
exactly, right. And so it's in the interest of the like the ruling classes or the, you know, like the billionaire classes or whatever to pit the lower and middle classes against each other, you know. And in this case, we saw that happening here, where they've kind of trained Kongyu, who is obviously from a poor family himself, to hate poor people, right? Just because, you know, he reached a certain like status or whatever, you know. He you know, he feels like he got in good with like the, you know, like the rich or whatever, but really, I mean, in his own mind, you know, he was just doing their bidding. And when Lee Jung-jae kept on repeating that over and over, you're just a dog, you're just a dog, you're just a dog. He's just trying to push his buttons. You know? You could just tell him and make him do something like, you know, make a mistake, and then he did, you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because in his mind it was like, I've reached a level that that I'm better than everyone else now, right? And then Eden just comes back and goes, no, you're wagging your tail for your master. You're no better than some animal. So yeah, he's poking that wound. Wow. That was intense, man. I didn't think the gangster dude was gonna the loan shark guy was gonna die either.
Yeah.
Right. And what happened to the other guy now?
I think he's gonna go in the games. He has to be, or he's gonna become one of the mass people, and maybe he helps. When he sees Lee Jung-jae in there again, he's gonna like help him or something, you know. But I knew when I saw him, I was like, this is a recognizable guy. He's got to play like a part. Maybe he'll go in the games, you know.
But you remember in season 1, Kong Yu is a very recognizable actor, but he literally had that one scene.
That's true.
Or the 2 scenes at the end, you know, the one at the end
right.
too. So, but yeah, I don't think he's gonna be in the game, right? I don't think he's gonna be as the crew, because it looks like for the crew, they obviously have to find people who are willing to do all the dirty work without any kind of conscience.
Right. Maybe there's the foreshadowing when the wife said, "Hey, you should find those people and go into the game."
Go into the game, yeah.
And that came true, right?
Yeah.
If he's in the games, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
And then plus if he's in the game and Lee Jung-jae is in there, like they barely know each other. You know, he was working for his boss or whatever. You know,
but it doesn't matter even if he does, because he knew his friend in the first season.
That's true.
Right? So you're still fighting for survival. But I'm interested now in this one because obviously in the first season it was one survivor, right? That's how the whole thing, because they had no clue what was going on. So now that Lee Jung-jae knows and he's going after them, and is it gonna be one of those stories where, hey, you know what, no matter what you do, you can't beat the system, or is he gonna be able to come out on top? And so some of these other characters that we've been seeing do survive in the end, right? Like that Shiwon guy that you saw, the one who had the pregnant girlfriend,
right?
Is he gonna make it through, or is he gonna be taken out just like everyone else from the first, you know, just like the first season? So that's my question right now.
I think, I mean, if this is like kind of like a show about like, you know, like the like, you know, like the like class warfare or whatever, then in the end, in order for the you know, the billionaire class to lose, or the bad guys in this, like the people who are running the games to lose, it could only be possible if the masses rise up and overthrow them, you know, like theoretically, you know.
I think what's gonna happen is Gi Hun and the cop somehow, because the cop obviously, he's right there, he's outside of the hotel or the motel while they're in there playing their game. So maybe somehow they make a connection, and they, you know, while Lee Jung-jae, you know, Gi Hun's character is in there playing the games and trying to do whatever, the cop, and like we saw in the trailer, he's gonna come in with a team of people, you know, because they find the island, maybe through Lee Jung-jae somehow, Gi Hun's character, you know, Gi Hun, and they go in and are able to arrest the people and stop the game.
Right.
But you know,
let's see how they do it.
Yeah, what I'll say is, at least with episode 1, it did not disappoint.
It didn't disappoint. Yeah,
I was really worried that this was going to be a cash grab kind of thing, but it feels like the writer, the creator of the show, he took the time to actually write it out in a very, very like thrilling and fun way.
Right. Yeah, and we saw like 2 new games played, right? Like they played 가위바위보 하나 빼기, right?
Yeah, the rock paper scissors remove one.
Right. And so then that's a game that every Korean person knows, and probably most people around the world know, right? But then you combine it with the element of a Russian roulette, and it takes it up to like some other level.
So just to quickly explain for anyone that, I mean, I'm sure you can figure out the game, but yeah, it's rock paper scissors with 2 hands, right? Usually what you want to try to do is one like a different one in each, and then at the same time you pull one hand away, and then that will be what you're competing with, right? So it's kind of like giving you 2 chances,
right? And you're trying to
it's a
first of all
game.
you're trying to predict which one the other one's gonna do, the other person's gonna do, and then you try to predict which one they're gonna take away so that you could beat them, right?
Yeah, so it's a complete mind game,
right? And so in that case, he made a mistake and he put out 2 rocks. And so then because he had this, he could either choose to win or to
Or
lose. And so, it was telling that he really did care about his guy. I mean,
'Cause he wouldn't
he
choose.
officiated his wedding and everything. He couldn't choose,
Yeah.
and that's what got him blasted, man. So in the end, like being like empathetic or whatever, got him killed.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But so if you ever play that game, don't ever do two of the same because
Right.
it's
It
you're
leaves you
gonna
no
lose.
options.
Yeah, unless you have the winning hand somehow,
Right.
it leaves you no options. You're gonna lose. One
Yeah.
thing I'm wondering now is because is it a foreshadowing? Because when they did the bread and lottery, and then when he did the rock paper scissor, they're
So far, everything's
mental.
ended in 50-50 chances.
50, yeah, well, not quite 50-50, but but
Right,
it's a
right.
lot of mental games now, right?
Uh-huh.
So are these games coming forward going to be more of a where they mess with them psychologically
Right.
more than just like a physical type of game,
Huh.
right? Because we saw in the
Interesting.
trailer with red light, green light that
Right.
they stop, but then they throw in these bees, right? So it's like, do I stand
Right.
there and get stung, or do I move and get shot, right?
Right.
So yeah, maybe the games are going to change to where it's more psychological.
Interesting. Well, you know how like the title is basically the choice between two things, right?
Mhm.
One is like survival and one is like luck,
Yeah.
right? And then many of the people chose the luck over the bread, right? And then in that case when he was like this and he had to choose whether to live or die, or a chance at life or death, he couldn't choose, and that got him killed. And in the end, both of them had the choice between either living or dying, right? Because once they had that gun in their hand with like a 50-50 chance, Jung could have just put it to his head and pulled the trigger twice.
Yeah.
Right. And then when Gong Yu finally, it was, I mean,
He could have
was-
also just shot Lee Jung.
exactly. Yeah. So he could have taken the bread, which is life, or I mean, I guess he lost already, so he had bad luck already. Yeah, there's probably something there that I'm like, my brain is trying to piece it together, and make a good thing, but that's where I'm stuck right there. It's basically between life and luck, then, right?
Yeah, I can see that there. Life and luck. It's also between but it's all on a decision, right? Which side do you
Right.
choose? Which option are you going
Right.
to take? Which is
Right.
why I'm saying like I think a lot of the mental aspect of it, psychological aspect of it. So, all right. Well, I think we've said enough there. We're
yeah.
gonna end episode 1 here. We will be back for episode 2, depending on whether we binge it today or we wait until, because it's pretty late right now, and then maybe over this weekend or something like that, whatever it is. But we're definitely gonna get through this because I want to see. It's only 7 episodes, so we don't have a whole lot to watch here. So, and I want to get through this quickly. But again, everyone who is watching along with us here on YouTube, thank you for being here. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Leave us your comments. And for everyone who is on Patreon, thank you for being a subscriber, for watching along with us, putting up with all the rants and everything that we go through as we watch these shows and movies, and showing us your support. So with all that, have a good night. Bye. Oh, and I guess when this has come out, have a very happy new year.